Okay, today's concept will be spectrum. So we have seen copy and download, right? I mean, day before yesterday class. And copy, what it will do, it will copy from your data which is there in S3 into a Redshift table. That is copy. So basically, we are loading the data. That's what, right? Copy means loading. Load and unload utilities, the generic terminology, but in Redshift we use the term copy, COPY, copy. So basically we are loading the data into a table. Loading means what? Indirectly it's a insert, but it's bulk insert. Okay, huge volumes of data will be loaded using copy command. Okay, so in any data warehouse practice, what I said actually, source systems will be there, you know target systems will be there, and in between ETL process will be there. What is that ETL process? I told you, right? This one. So this is the ETL structure. Any project you take, source systems will be there, the OLTP systems where the transactions are generated, like bank ATM transactions or bank, daily deposits, withdrawals, railway reservations, anything, whatever you take, or hotel, restaurant reservations. And reservations means restaurant, we go and eat food, right? There are hotel chains are there, right? I mean, multinational hotels, how they are managing. And not only that, you take the supermarkets, they are there everywhere. You take, for example, in Hyderabad only, take the Reliance store, or you take the DMart. DMart is there everywhere. So, and so many products, how they are maintaining. So that is source systems where customer transactions are generated. So first we will put it in S3, and from S3, of course, in data warehouse, we have, different layers, stage layer and work layer. Okay. So from S3, but whatever it may be, from S3 only it begins into stage or work or wherever it is. So from S3, we use copy script load into stage. And since stage is a table and work is also table, means this is a different schema. Work is a different schema. So from stage to work, this is table and table. So we can insert into work table, select star from stage table. But to bring into stage table, we have to use only copy command. And I say one more point. Please note that all customers don't use stage and work. Okay, two layers I put. Okay, this is standard. Some people will put only one stage. They don't put work. Okay, so they directly load into stage, and from stage they load it into target. They don't have this work layer. So these are the two different types of architectures in the IT industry. So I took this example so that you will know that yes, we can have two layers. Okay, so yeah, so since data is in S3, so we are using copy script to load it into stage. Okay, stage table. Stage means stage is a database and there will be tables within this stage. Okay, so and after loading into stage, of course, if you have a working layer, then you will load it into, okay, from stage to work and from work to target. Okay, so you will load. Okay, here from while loading from work to target, you will use SCDs, that Okay, so finally, where you are loading? You are loading data from into Redshift. What is your Redshift? Your Redshift is a warehouse. This is the data warehouse architecture or ETL architecture. Is this architecture clear? What about you, Somnath? I ask, sometimes is it clear or did you understand these things? Why? Because, I mean, just to make you alert, I mean, just in case if you're not paying attention, okay? Otherwise, it's just one way. Somnath, you understand this ETL architecture? We are not hearing you. Prasad, can you hear him?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear Somnath? I'm asking. Hey Prasad, I'm asking you, are you able to hear Somnath voice?
No, sir. No, sir. From my wife.
Yeah. Somnath, are you talking? Okay, I think why I'm not able to hear you. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, message also good. No need to reconnect. As long as you're able to follow me, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Check maybe earphones are plugged properly or not into the system. Headphones, headset. Okay, cool. So here the point is this is the standard architecture that is going on since IT came into the world and since the data warehouse came into the world. Okay. Source layer, sources. Okay. This is all called sources. And this is stage layer and this is target data warehouses. And from source you will extract. This is called ETL, extract. And in stage layer you will do transform. Okay. You will clean the data, means you will filter unnecessary transactions, failed transactions, redundant means duplicate transactions and all, and apply business rules. That all will happen on the stage layer. Okay. And you will load the data into warehouse. So as a developer, this is what you will be doing actually. Your job is called ETL developer. Earlier it was job title is ETL developer. Okay. Now they're saying data engineers in the cloud. Yeah. As the technologies are changing, so job titles are also changing. So now they call data engineers. So basically what we do is this ETL stuff. Okay. Extract. Okay. You build pipelines or SQL scripts to connect to source and generate this S3 file and create copy script and load it into stage table. Okay. And create insert selects to load it into work table and then create some SQL scripts, SED type 1, type 2, type 3 and load it into Redshift. So this is the ETL process. So now can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sir.
you
Mm.
understand what is the ETL process that is
Yes,
there
sir.
in it? Yeah, so if you are working on any other technology, you may not have clarity. So that's why I was again and again emphasizing any project you go, any customer, this is the standard in the data warehousing. Okay, so some of them may be MySQL is the source, some of them may be RDS is the source, some of them may be Postgres is the source. Like the different people will have different sources, or some of them may be flat files is the source. But source layer will be there, staging layer will be there, target will be there. So some of them Redshift may be the target, some of them Azure, Microsoft Azure may be the data warehouse, some of them Snowflake is the data warehouse, some of them Google BigQuery may be the data warehouse, or some of them Teradata may be the data warehouse. But that is the target will be there, some data warehouse will be there, and same extract process will be there, staging layer, I mean cleaning and transform, applying the business rules will be there, and loading will be there. And in loading also everyone will be using SED type 1, type 2, type 3 bus. Okay, so to do all this stuff only they need software engineers, and this is what we will do in the data warehouse area. Till this point both of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So as soon as you go to interview, he will ask, can you please explain me about your project architecture? He will say like that. Immediately what you should draw three boxes like this. I mean, that is standard question, definite question he will ask. Can you please tell me about your project architecture? I mean, definitely he will ask that. Immediately you should draw three boxes like this. First you see vertical box like this, and last one also vertical box. And the stage you draw something like this, some square or rectangle like this. And you put this is the source, this is target, this is stage layer, that's all. Immediately he will know, oh, I think either he will think you are well prepared and came, or you're already working in IT. Okay, so okay, then you say, okay, my sources maybe MySQL or Oracle, something you put, and don't put something. You already go prepared and go. Okay, prepare one thing that these are my sources in my current project, and you tell them that that is your project you are already doing. So I have, my SQL sources and Postgres sources in my source, and yeah, we are pulling data into exporting data into S3, and from there we are creating copy scripts. Why he will ask this architecture is based on this. He will ask you questions in the interview. Nobody will ask on the topic which you never worked. Okay, at least that protocol is followed in IT. So this they will ask why, because they want to know what you worked, and then they will ask questions. Okay, you okay extracted into S3, then you generated copy script, then you created insert select to load from stage to work, and okay, then you created a CD type 1, type 2, type 3 to Redshift. Okay, actually he is also expecting the same thing. Okay, you have worked on SCDs, you have worked on insert select writing skills, you have worked on copy. Okay, then he will start whatever he want to ask. And in SCD also, he will ask, how do you implement SCD? And first he will begin what is SCD, then what are different. You already said SCD type 1, type 2, type 3. So yeah, he is already clear on it. Then he will ask what is SCD type 1 or type 2. So I already said SCD type 2, if you are clear, he will ask you only SCD type 2, and your entry will be completed just with 2 questions and you will be selected. That is the power of SCD type 2. I'm again emphasizing. I don't know what you will do. Just Google, explore wherever you find out the SCD type 2 SQLs. Okay, SCD type 2 implementation using SQL, and get prepared. Even in sleep, you should be able to tell that much importance it is. Only one question. If at all they ask SCD type 2, if you answer, that's all you're selected. You don't ask anything else. You don't ask even Redshift also. That is the power of SCD type 2 interview question. Okay, fine. So then, okay, so basically you're extracting and then generating copy scripts, then loading into stage and work and all right. So for that, they are paying us, okay, software engineers. So what AWS did is, okay, we're putting the data in S3, right? And then we are creating copy and then loading into stage and then inserting into work and then creating SC type 1, type 2, and then inserting into Redshift. And why we are putting in data warehouse? We are putting in data warehouse because what is the end case? Later on, some BI jobs will run. Okay, here you see Tableau, my cursor see. Here's Tableau, okay, or QuickSight, Microsoft Power BI. Those reporting tools will connect to Redshift, and they will generate reports. Okay, so actually that is the purpose of maintaining a data warehouse. Maintaining data warehouse is to generate some reports on top of it, and that will be done by using reporting tools, some Power BI, Tableau, Cognos, okay, some business objects like that. There are many tools. Okay, what AWS did is, why should we copy and load it into stage table? Why should we load it into work table? Why should we do this SCD type 1, type 3 and Redshift to generate reports? Why can't we directly query from S3? Finally, what is our goal? We want to generate some reports using some, Tableau or Microsoft Power BI and all. Okay, but for that we are loading all this stuff. S3 files we're copying into stage, then inserting into work, and then creating some SCDs, and then inserting into Redshift, and then that Redshift is connected using some, BI tools. So what AWS did is, what if we can directly query data from S3? Is that a good idea? If you can directly query data from S3, then all this work is avoided, right? Actually, all the money is spent in this only because they're hiring us and spending hourly these many dollars and all. What if BI people can directly connect to S3 and query the data? Is it sounds good?
Yes.
Hey, Prasad, tell me, man. I did not hear.
I think no, sir.
Why no? Tell me what is I have asked and tell me no. Why no? You said.
Directly the S3 కనెక్ట్ అయ్యి క్వైరీ చేసుకోవడం అనేది ఐ థింక్ రాంగ్ అనుకుంటున్నాను సార్, ఎందుకంటే ఫిల్టరింగ్ అవ్వదు కదా సార్.
Hmm?
S3 ఫైల్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఫిల్టరింగ్ సార్, దట్స్ వై.
Not filtering means?
అంటే మనం సోర్స్ నుంచి డైరెక్ట్గా S3 బకెట్లోకి డంప్ చేస్తారు కదా సార్, అది
Hmm.
ఫిల్టర్ అవుతుంది కదా సార్. ఇందులో మనం SQL ద్వారా ఫిల్టర్ చేస్తాం కదా సార్. ఫిల్టర్ చేసిన
Hmm.
ఫైల్ని మనం రెడ్ షిఫ్ట్లో స్టోర్ చేస్తాం. రెడ్ షిఫ్ట్ నుంచి BI టూల్ ద్వారా వాళ్ళు తీసుకుంటారు సార్.
Hmm. Hey, try to habituate talking English only, man. You are a software engineer. Think you are a software engineer. You are engineer. It's matter of time. Okay. ఆ క్లయింట్ అడిగినప్పుడు you don't talk Telugu, right? So just talk English, man. Habituate like that. Yeah. Yeah, tell whatever way you want telling, tell in English only. No problem. We'll understand. Yeah. So, Samad, you understand what he was saying?
Yes, I understood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, tell me again, Prasad. Tell me again.
BI tool not directly connected to the S3 sir, because of S3 files are not filtered in
Mm-hmm.
S3 buckets. So that's why I'm not directly connected to the BI tool. It's not possible.
Why not possible, man? All BI tools supports connecting to S3 because all clouds will use, S3. Not only AWS S3, every cloud will have, they'll put files in S3. So at that time, all BI tools will give that feature to connecting to S3. So think that, yeah, that feature is available with BI tools. And if they can connect to S3, okay, then do you think is it wise to connect to? I mean, you tell in your own way, don't worry. Okay, I'm not saying don't say like that. Tell, then I will tell you why it is good or why it's not good. So if BI tools has that flexibility to connect to S3, then is that good idea or not good idea? That is my question.
I think not good idea, sir.
Yeah, tell me why.
I think S3 files are not filtered.
What is not
That's
filtered? You be clear. What is not filtered in S3?
in source file same as it is dumped in S3 sir. There
Yeah,
is no,
yeah.
that's that's why.
Tell me what is not filtered. I want, you see, I know what you want to say, okay, but I'm
all the
asking you
all
so
the
that,
tra- all the transactions that's so in source file all the transactions are dumped in S3 sir.
hey boss, you should say that the duplicate transactions, failed
Yes.
transactions, those records are not filtered like that. You should answer, man.
Okay, okay sir.
Not filtered now. What do you mean by not filtered? That is what I'm expecting. You should
Okay
say
sir.
that all the duplicate transactions or failed transactions or invalid transactions, okay, all the data is there. So, so that's why I think it's not good idea, something like that. You should say,
Yes.
yeah. So, then do you think that AWS is, I mean, don't know about this and they have come up with this concept? So, yes, we know that S3 has all this data and you will connect to S3, okay, and after connecting, you will filter the data. So that is called, actually it is Spectrum. So in Spectrum, what they do is Redshift Spectrum, right? Today's concept. So S3 actually through SQL we can only query tables, right? Not files. Can you query a text file or notepad or Excel file using query? No. So, but S3 is a file. It's a bucket. Means it's a file kind of thing. Simple storage service. It's not a table, definitely. But what AWS do is, for every file that is there in S3, it will read it as a table. Okay, I will show you anyway. Today I'm going to show that. So it will read the data as a table, and then after reading it as a table, it will filter all the unnecessary data. Okay, so anyway, that filtering data is, you keep it aside. Okay, filtering data and unnecessary data is present in S3, that you put it aside. Okay, forget about it. So instead of doing all this development, then loading into Redshift and then connecting to BI tool, if BI tools can directly connect to S3, is it quick or no? Or is it fast or no? Is it cost saving or no? That points you tell me. Is it cost saving or no? Hey Prasad, tell me, man, is it cost saving or no? If you
Yes, sir.
don't do all this development and directly connect to BI and read from S3,
Yes, sir.
cost saving, right? Because
Yes, sir.
all these efforts are not required.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't need all these engineers to do all this stuff, and time also will be saved, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as soon as you put in S3, you're reading from S3, bus. So time is saving to the customer, and all this development. So many engineers they have to hire and pay for this development, and spend so many months for this development. That is also avoided. Okay. So so a lot of cost will be saving to the customer. So for that purpose, this was introduced. Okay. So the data, once it is loaded into S3, we can directly read from S3. That is called Redshift Spectrum. What is Redshift Spectrum? Reading data instead of, you see, if you ask, I mean, definitely this is a question, definite question. What is Spectrum? Okay, generally we load the data from S3 and then you load it into Redshift. But Spectrum means the concept of reading data directly from S3 is called Spectrum. Okay, what is Spectrum? Reading data directly from S3 without loading into Redshift is called Spectrum. Understand what is Redshift Spectrum? Reading instead of, generally in Redshift, you will load data from S3 to, stage and work and then Redshift data warehouse. But in Spectrum, you don't load it into Redshift. Okay. All your data will be there in S3 only. And from S3, you will directly read it. That is called Spectrum. Understand what is Spectrum?
Yes, sir.
Somnath?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how do they do? Okay, okay. I mean, idea is looking good. Okay, idea is good. Then how do they do? Okay, how do they do is, see. Now I'm going to guide you. I mean, how do they implement Redshift Spectrum? You see, why every time directing you to documentation means it's very important so that you will do the same. Okay, you should do the same in fact. Okay, so Redshift Spectrum. Okay, what in Redshift they will do is Spectrum. We know Spectrum means what? What means we have to read the data from S3 file directly, okay, using queries. But how do you read? It's a file format. So what they, and it is not in a table or it's not in any database, right? So what they do is they will, you see, actually, yeah, they have some four simple steps. Okay. Anyway, we have create IAM role. Yeah, that we already have IAM role, and associate with IAM role with the cluster that we already done it. Okay, so already step one, step two is done. Creating role and associating with the cluster. Third one, create an external schema and external table. Means, what does it mean is, You see, for example, in my S3, I have, data, right? For example, you see, in my, go to S3, July batch. Okay. So take this file, or you can take any file, no problem. Okay, dp.txt. Open it. Yeah, it's pipe delimited file. You take, yeah, this is pipe delimited. You can also see if there is a comma delimited. We can take anything, no problem. Okay, so pipe is a default, so that is also will work. I want to show you the different delimiter, that is comma. Okay, comma delimited. So yeah, okay, let's take this file. Okay, okay, cool. So dp1.txt. So this is S3 file or no? Tell me. All are S3 buckets only, right? Department CSV, department.txt, 1.txt.
Yes,
All are buckets or
yes, sir.
no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So okay. Now we want to read this data using Spectrum. Okay. So, but how this is the file? This is not a table. So how means what Redshift advises is create one schema. You see, create an external schema and external table. This is the third step. Okay. After creating role and associating role, what is the step three? Create an external schema and external table. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, create external schema. This is the syntax. Create external schema and you will give some name. Okay, my schema. Okay, these are all syntax from data catalog. Okay, these are all syntax, don't worry. Database, this is your database name, you can give anything. Okay, and IAM role, here you should give your IAM role. That's all. Those two only you will be changing. Nothing else you will be changing. For example, what create external schema? Okay, some schema name you will give from data catalog. Okay, so database, you can give your any database of your choice. And IAM role, yes, you should give your IAM role ARN. Okay, create external database if not exist. Yeah, so this is what you're basically creating schema for external tables. External table, these are all external tables, right? In external table, why we're naming as external table means these are not Redshift tables. Okay, if you're loading into Redshift, they are called Redshift tables. You're not loading into Redshift, that's why they are called external tables, and that's why this is called Redshift external schema. This is not Redshift schema. Okay, here create external schema. That means this is not in Redshift. That's why this is external schema. And similarly, you will create external table also. You see down like this. See, create external table. Till now we created table, create table, table name. Where that is created in Redshift. But this is not Redshift table, right? We are creating, we are not creating in Redshift. Okay, we are creating this table in the external schema that we created here. Okay, so and this is not in Redshift. So you will get, see how it will look like this, like this. See, I ran the same command. Okay, I copy pasted here. Okay, create external schema, my spectrum schema from data catalog. First two lines as it is syntax. Database name, yes, you can give your own. Okay, so let me connect. Yeah, you can give my spectrum db or you can give anything. Okay, Hari db or or Prasad db or whatever it's Somnath db you can give. And IAM role, IAM role, you can give actually my spectrum role I gave it, right? IAM role, how do you get IAM role? You go to IAM. Same thing. I'm telling how to copy. Actually, if you change their July batch, that is enough. But I'm showing how to get your role. What is your role? July batch, right? Go to July batch. Okay, and copy this. This is the ARN. Okay, copy this ARN. So just put the role name here. Actually, this is all same. Actually, only July batch if you put, that is enough. Okay, see, I will show you. See, everything is same. Account number, only July batch if you put, that is enough. So no worries. I'll just copy the whole ARN and put it here. Bus. Yeah. Okay, so basically what you're doing is you're creating an external schema. In Redshift, all our tables are created in public schema, right? In Redshift. In Redshift, it is public schema, but we are now reading that, trying to read data from S3. So we are creating one external schema. Okay, and it's giving the name as, my spectrum schema or something. Okay, so this also you can give, the schema name also you can give anything. Okay, you can give any schema or or your test schema or something, or my external schema, you can give anything. From data catalog, yeah, this should be same data catalog. Database name, my spectrum DB you can give, or anything you can give. This is also. And IAM role, you should give your IAM role. Okay, I'll create this.
So in Redshift, we cannot create our own schema.
Yeah, we can create.
Okay.
We can create. Okay, so yeah, you run this. Now we are creating external schema. Okay, so I'm running this. Yeah, see, I mean schema. Okay, my external schema created. Okay, but you see these are external, so my spectrum schema, you see here, my spectrum schema is created. Can you see my spectrum schema?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now, so what is this point? In this first one is create external schema, create external schema, and you have to create external table. So this is the actual key. Schema you will create only one time, okay? Because in schema only all tables will be created. So here you have to create table like this, and create external table. See, this my spectrum schema means in this schema only you create, because you created this schema name above. You see my spectrum schema. See here my spectrum schema. So how we are creating all our tables in public schema? Same thing here. We have to create my spectrum schema, some table name. This is table name. See here, you have to give columns that is there in the file. Which file? Your S3 bucket. Okay, so row format delimited. Okay, stored as text file, location, your S3 file means which you want to read. That one you should give. If you see my script, you will understand. See, create external table, my spectrum schema dot department. Okay, department underscore comma I gave just to understand that I'm trying to read comma delimited file. Or you can give department or anything. See, department number, department name, location. Means you should mention the columns which is there in the source. Definitely, right? Obviously. So whatever the columns are coming in the source, you should create them here. Okay, with the data type and all. Okay, row format delimited, yes, delimited. Fields terminated by comma. My file is, if it is a tab, then you can give fields terminated by pipe. Okay, pipe. If it is a pipe. If it is a comma, you can give comma. Or whatever the delimiter you can give here. Fields terminated by this one. Stored as, yeah, it's a text file. See location. Where is my location? Okay, cool. I will give the location. Where is my location? July batch, right? You can take July batch. Okay. I'm going to tell you one more point here. Yeah, you copy this. Okay. S3, this is the file, right? We want to copy. I mean, we want to read. So, July batch DPT1. So, you need to just give here. Okay, you just put your play which whatever your file you just put there. And table prop, of course, this is, this we are giving because we want to update statistics, because this is not a table, so you cannot run analyze on S3 file, right? So we'll try to give this, but this is an optional thing. Okay, you no need to give this table properties, that stuff. Okay, see here, table properties is optional, you can leave it, but location, okay, so you can give like this. Okay, S3 Redshift download, I mean, whatever that S3 file. Okay, you create this. Okay, you create this. See, observe carefully. Okay, I'm doing a mistake. Observe carefully. I mean, actually, there is no mistake. This is the way we create. Okay, as per the number of columns in the file, you mention that, and row format, same, everything is fine. Delimited by comma, stored as text file location. Generally, you will do this mistake. I'm expecting. That's why observe carefully and run it. It will be created. Okay, there is no issue with that. Is not authorized Redshift. Assume role July batch role. Is not authorized to perform glue. Okay. Create table on. No identity based policy. Glue create table action. Okay. Yeah. So, boss, you understand what is the error? Can you guess me what is this error is? Hey, I don't want to waste time. See, this is something to do with role issue, right? Some permission issue. Okay, assumed role. Okay, Redshift role session not authorized. Okay, something it is issue with the role. Okay, identity based policy allows glue create table action. So immediately you should come here. Okay, the documentation. I'm telling how to troubleshoot. Actually, yeah, it's good that I'm also going step by step. Go to previous. He said, right, create role. Go to that step. There he will mention what policies to be attached. Okay, actually, for that to work, you have to choose these two policies, boss. I can use the existing role and run it, okay, without telling you, okay. I can use my Redshift Spectrum role, which is already there, but at that time you don't know, okay. So it's good that I used July batch rule so that we got this issue. Then I came back to the step one. Okay, so create role. What is step one? Create IAM role, right? So actually for this to work, that is the external schema creation, this role should be associated there. What is these roles? Is S3 read only? We have already have S3 read only. Amazon Glue Console full access. We should give. Okay, Amazon Glue Console full access. Understand? Already we have S3 read only access, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, so we have to give this Amazon Glue Console full access. So come here. See, already we
Say
have
why,
S3 read only.
say why glue access?
Sorry.
Say why glue access is needed?
Yeah, yeah, very good question. Why needed? Because we are creating this data catalog, right? This is stored in Glue. Okay, this is Glue data catalog. Okay,
Okay.
from data catalog we mentioned in the syntax, right? So somebody may ask, where is this my spectrum and the tables metadata is stored? That metadata is stored in this catalog. This is Glue catalog actually. Okay, so that's why. So that policy is required. Okay, cool. Okay, so anyway, if you read this documentation, that all will be clear. Okay, so but yeah, for now, yes, S3 read only is required. Glue console full access will be required. Okay, so okay, then add permission. You see, we are in IAM, so add permission, attach policy, search for that policy. See, AWS Glue console full access. Add it and attach policy. Okay, now we have added it. Okay, Glue console full access. Now you go back and run it. Okay, actually I forgot about that policy also, and I thought it will work. But when I see all the saw that error, now you see, now it will be created, but again you will see surprise after. Okay, now let me create run it. So it will be table already exists. Okay, yeah, and department comma. I think I have used that already, right? So comma one, because the same script I was using, because where it is exist, it is not here, but it's there in the glue catalog. That's what it mean. Okay, so comma, I think comma one also may be there. Let me see. Yeah, if it is there, no problem. It will say table already exists, so no need to worry. Table already exists. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'll use comma 10. Okay, yeah, completed. Okay, yeah, and department comma 10. Okay, now see, actually, where is the department comma 10 will read data from this department 1.txt, which is there in your July batch. Actually, it should come. Now let me see, select star from this one. Means now you will read this S3 file as you are reading from a table. That's what, okay. But you see, you don't get data now. Yeah, this is the error I'm actually expecting. Okay, why you don't get data, very simple. Here you should not give this complete file name. I mean, generally people will forget. That's why I clearly remembered this. Here you should not give complete file name. Here you should give only up to this slash Jole batch slash. That's all. After that slash, whatever is there, it will take. Okay. So go to Jole batch and keep only that file because all the files should be same delimited, right? So others are of different delimiter. So remove the others and keep only that file. Go to Jole batch slash and you will have that file. Yeah, this is what our comma delimited file. If you want, you can open and see. Yeah, so 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, now go to your script and you see you should create, you see S3 Jole batch slash. Okay, but since this table is already created with table, so you can drop this and recreate it. Same thing, you will drop it as you do drop table comma 10. I am also playing with you. Okay, so yeah, so now you create this again. Tell me what is the change I did. I did not give here with complete file name. See here, the line number 16, location S3 I gave up to Jola bash slash. That's all. I did not give that file name. Okay, so just now run it and it will be created. And if you run that, yeah, it's done. Now you can run it. You will get the data because it will read whatever files are there in Jola batch. The 10, 20, 30, 40, you should get it now. Bus. Did we copy into any table or did we insert select into any table? Hello. Did we run any copy job to load it into Redshift?
No, sir.
Did we insert into any table into
No, sir.
Redshift?
No, sir.
So where is this data is coming from? This S3 file, right? S3
Yes,
bucket.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is what Spectrum. Spectrum means without copying or loading into Redshift, you will directly read the data what is there in S3. For that, of course, we should have some procedure, right? Some process, something. Otherwise, how you will read it? So they have creating one external schema and they're creating one external table. Okay. And then they're reading as they're reading from a table. Now you can play, you see, now you play, now I have this table, right? Now you can filter any data. For example, you have nulls. Okay. Now you can put, you see, where dpt number is not null. Like that, you can apply your filter while playing with the queries. Or where department number is null, you can do anything. You are understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, since we are able to access the S3 file as a table, now you can do anything. Or where department number not equals to 10, something, whatever you want to do. Now you can play, you can filter the data, you can avoid the duplicates, whatever you want to do, you can do it now. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And another advantage of this spectrum is, for example, I have, okay, loaded the data into, you see, I have loaded this, okay, and yeah, it has some 10 records. Not 10 records, 4 records. You can, you see, yeah, 4 records you have. This is a spectrum table directly coming from S3. Okay, 4 records. Yeah, so you can use this table with Redshift tables also. You have Redshift table, right? For example, yeah, public select star from deep public. This is your Redshift table, right? Yes or no? Public.dbt.
Yes, sir.
Public means it's a Redshift schema. Yes or no? Daily we are creating in
Yes, sir.
public only. So for example, you have public.dpt means Redshift internal table. So yeah, it has some 10 records. Okay, 10 records. Now you can use Spectrum table and Redshift table together. See, I'm running union all query. Okay, above is a Spectrum table and down is a Redshift internal table. So both I'm reading data from both in single query. Now you should get 14 records. 10 plus 4, 14 records you should get. I'm running union all query. Means 10, 20, 30, 40. What is that? 20 I'm getting. Okay. You see, what is my table? Department comma 10, right? Yes or no? Department underscore comma 10 is my table, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I use a department underscore comma table. That's why I'm getting more. I'm changing it to the table which created now, department underscore comma 10. So comma 10 has 4 records, department has 10 records. So you will get 14 records. Yeah, 14 records. Okay, two tens, I mean two twenties, two thirties, two forties, remaining all 50, 60, 70, 80. See 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, then 60, 70, 80, 90. See, two tens, two twenties, two thirties, two forties, then 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 14 records. Understand? And not only in union, you can use this external table like your internal table. For example, you see now here, I'm joining my, see, I have one employee. Public means it's internal table. Okay. So now, are you clear? Public table means internal table, Redshift internal table. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I'm joining with my spectrum schema department 10. You see, I'm joining with 10. You see, one is internal table. I'm joining with external table. Okay. And can you anyone answer what this query output? Can you please tell me what is this query actually for? Employee is the employee table which will have all the employee details, and department table is the department table. Can you please tell me what is this query I wrote here?
Sir, public EMP department number and spectrum department number both are equal,
Yeah, I
then
understand, but tell me what is the output I'm trying to fetch here?
department name HR, sir.
Somnath, can you answer? What is that I'm trying to do here in this query?
So you want to get the details of the employee table for HR
Yeah,
department.
yeah, that's right. So like that, we should give, like a proper sentence. Okay. I want all the employees who are working for HR department. How this statement looks like. Is it
Okay.
very proper sentence or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he will ask you like that. I want all the employees who are HRs or who are working for HR department. So that's why I put in select E dot star. E dot star means only employee records you will get. But what type of employees they are? They are from HR department. HR department means what? They are HRs. See, based on the filter. If I put in filter sales, then they are sales people. If I put in marketing, they are marketing people. Right? So this query is to get all the employees. Why all the employees? Because here I put E dot star. Okay. He will ask you, write a query. I want all the employees who are working for sales department. Then you should write like this. You see, no. I mean, if there is any matching, you will get it.
Sir, why not give select star from, sir? Why E
Hmm?
dot star?
Select star. Okay. Anyway, employee by I think public employee table I have. Yeah. This public.emp table I created in another Redshift cluster. This is Redshift cluster 2, right? Redshift cluster 2 it is. Okay, the table was there in Redshift cluster 1. So that's why it is saying employee is not exist and all. Okay, that's fine, no problem. Yeah, I think here I can create it quickly. Okay. See, I can create it here. Employee table, and I can insert some data. Yeah, I can insert some data.
So we cannot access a table created by another cluster from another different cluster.
Two clusters are different, right? That is different cluster, this is different cluster.
Okay.
Okay, in Redshift you can have production cluster, dev cluster, you can have any clusters.
Okay.
Okay, so all are in same account, but they are different. Okay, yeah, now I have created. Now you can see, you will get the data. See, now you will get, okay, if the employees who are working for sales, HR department. Yeah, he is working for HR department. Department number 10 is HR. How do you know? You can also check from department table. Select star from department and see whether it's a HR or not. I mean, select star from department comma 10 and see department 10 is HR or not. Yeah, department number 10 is HR. See, 10 HR. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, so what a benefit you have. If you want, you can directly query the data from S3. And if you want to join with the internal tables, yes, you can join it. Or if you want to work independently, yes, you can query independently. Okay, now I will tell you what is the actual use case of Spectrum. Actually, Spectrum means you can query the data which is there in S3 directly. That point you clearly understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now, and why that is beneficial? That is beneficial because you don't have to load and prepare ETLs and all this stuff. You don't have to do because that involves a lot of money, time, and all. So, what in real time, what is always you see generally business reports will be run on recent data, means current day data or 1 week data, 2 weeks data, or 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, or 1 year, 2 year, 3 years data only. We generally analyze, right, for the business trending, how good we are doing. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Recent data we will analyze. But what is the use of querying 10 years table when you're only analyzing only recent data? So the old history data they will keep in S3 only. They don't load it into Redshift. Only recent data they will load it into Redshift, and history data they will put it in S3. So if there is a need for querying history data, they will directly query this S3 data from Spectrum, and of course recent data anyway is there in Redshift. So in this way they will do union all to get the combined result. Or if there is a need for join, they join with this external table with internal table and get the data. Now are you clear what is the actual use case of the Redshift Spectrum?
Yes, sir.
So can you
Hello.
repeat us?
I'm saying in the business generally we analyze the recent data only, right? If a table has 20 years data, we don't analyze the 20 years old data, right? We only either analyze current month data or last 3 months data or 6 months data or 1 year data, 2 year data, or up to 3 years data, right? We don't.
Yeah.
So since that is regularly analyzed, so recent data will be stored into Redshift or loaded into Redshift, and remaining all history, okay, 5 years ago history or 4 years ago up to 10 years, 20 years, they will keep in S3 only. They load it into Redshift. So whenever there is a need, okay, of history data, the history data they will query from S3, and the recent data they already have in Redshift. So if they want, they can union all and get the combined result. Or if they want to join, they can join this external table with internal table and get the data. Got it? So I'm not.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what did they save? They say because they did not load this 20 years history into Redshift. Obviously, right? No need because the history data they hardly care for. So they spent all the time and efforts to load all this 20 years data into Redshift. They just kept it in S3. Only recent data they're loading into Redshift. And of course, mostly this recent data is used for analytics. But if there is a need to query history data, yes, they're querying from S3. And if there is a same table, then they can do union all. If it is a need to join, they can join this S3 external table with internal table and get the whatever data they want. So in that way, they are saving lot of time and money by avoiding this loading of entire history into Redshift. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Clear what is Redshift Spectrum and what is its use case?
Yes, sir.
The Redshift Spectrum is by default enabled, or you have to enable it somehow?
No, no, by default. You see, I have not enabled anywhere, right? It's automatic. You see, Spectrum means nothing actually. There is nothing like Spectrum. This particular thing is named as Spectrum. Spectrum means you will read the data which is there in S3 directly. Okay, you don't load it into Redshift. That is called Spectrum. There is nothing like enabling or anything. But yes, that kind of questions will come from the interviewer. Do you need to enable or do any configuration, something like that he will ask. Or is it automatic? All sorts of questions will come, and if you don't have clarity, you will think, oh my god, where what should we do, or is it need to be enabled, something like that you will think. Did I enable anything here? I just created external schema and created external table as per the S3 file, and just I ran it. That's all, right? So it's automatic. So this is called spectrum. Spectrum means we can query the data which is there in S3. That's all. And
It's
what is the
only
use?
it's
Yeah,
only
tell me.
S3 supported or any other storage is also supported.
Anything in AWS is S3 only, right? Storage is always in S3 only, right?
Yeah, means outside AWS, no other storage is supported.
Means, can you tell me which storage you're referring?
Maybe Hadoop or some other maybe someone have data in some Hadoop or someone may have data in some Azure. So those are support.
You
Those
see,
can be.
you see what I said. If you want to work with AWS, any data should be first put in S3. That's what we discussed, right? So if
Yes.
it is there somewhere in anywhere, it cannot go and get it. If you want to consume that file, you should put it in S3. Got
Okay.
it?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So if your data is somewhere, it is like, it is there some other platform or some other source. If you want to use it in AWS, you have to first bring it to S3. Yes or no?
Sir, but the spectrum tables are stored in which place, sir? In
That
database?
is not database, that is called data catalog. Data catalog. Okay, that is internally managed glue data catalog they call it. Okay, that's a metadata. Metadata means the DDLs and all. You see the DDLs, create table DDLs. Okay, create actional schema. The DDLs is called metadata actually. Okay, so yeah, that is stored in glue data catalog. Okay, data catalog. It will be stored in glue data catalog. We say catalog means it's a metadata. It will store all the DDLs. For example, you are creating, say I created department underscore comma, department underscore 10, and all they will be stored, right? Where they are stored? They are stored in meta, that is called metadata. That will be stored in data dictionary or glue data catalog. Even for example, you are creating employee department tables. They are stored in metadata. Okay, metadata means it will be stored in the system, Redshift. So internal Redshift tables are stored in Redshift metadata. But these are external, right? We cannot go and store in Redshift metadata. So it is storing external in the Glue catalog. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If Somnath, you got it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. If we, for example, since it is a Redshift Spectrum, so if I store in Redshift metadata, then you will say still you are using Redshift like that. Some people may question, right? Why are you using Redshift storage for external table metadata? So they completely removed from Redshift and they are storing it externally in the Glue data catalog. And Redshift will internally automatically knows and fetches the data using that role, I mean policy we mentioned, right? So based on that policy, it automatically acknowledges. It knows that yeah, this is an external schema and this table already exists, and it will get the data from there. Okay, so completely independent from Redshift. So after creating, yeah, you can do union all or you can do join, you can do anything you want to do, you can do it. Like for example, you see, you can also run explain plan. You see, XPLAN explain plan like you do with normal queries. So now do you have idea about explain anytime?
Yeah, I know it will give the plan how the query
Yeah,
will
yeah,
execute.
yeah. So similarly, you can run explain even for queries involving external tables. See, it will give plan, step by step plan. So very, very useful. Okay, and you can work as you're working with normal tables. But you see, actually, it is getting data from S3. See here in explain also it shows I'll get data from S3 batch, July batch. See, understand?
Yes, sir.
What is the use case of Spectrum? This is what they will see. First they will ask, I mean, can we and first they will ask, do you know spectrum? And then you will say, yes, I know spectrum. What is the use of spectrum? I mean, what is spectrum? Yeah, we can directly query data from S3. That is what spectrum. Okay. Then why we should query, or what is the use case of it? He will ask. You should be able to tell, because history data we don't have to load it into Redshift. Okay, only recent data we can load it into Redshift. So if there is a need to query both history data and recent data, history data we can query from external tables, and recent data we can query from Redshift internal tables. So the Redshift Spectrum will help us to query the data directly from S3 without loading into Redshift. Thus, it saves a lot of development efforts and cost to the company. Okay, understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you don't need to query only recent data, then they will directly query the external data. Means directly from S3. If there is a need to query both recent data and history data, then you will do union or you will do join, like I did here. So he will ask, okay, he will ask, can we join external table with internal table? Boss, in interview he can ask all sorts of question. Okay, just to know whether you are a real time or fake candidate. Yes, in fact, if you don't do, definitely they cannot answer, because I have given this kind of example. So at least now you are aware. Yes, we can join it, external table and internal table, and you can union all, or you can do anything. Or he will ask, can we run explain plan on external tables? He will ask. Yes. Now I will tell you one question. Can we insert data into external table? Tell me the answer. Can we insert data into external table?
No, sir.
Somnath, can you tell me?
Yes, sir. It should be supportive.
Can you tell me, Prasad, why yes you said? I mean, why you said no?
Because the file is the file spectrum file is tables will take the data from S3, sir. But how to?
Yeah, yeah. Somnath, answer will be no, because we are saying external table, but actually it is getting the data from S3 file, right? How can you insert data into a file?
Okay. Yeah.
You got it right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because internally in the backend it's a file, so you cannot insert data into a file because it's in S3 bucket. So yeah, these are different techniques how the interviews play with the candidate. Not play, it is expected, because we want to hire the right candidates. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, and in fact, this is a common sense question. Yeah, because yeah, anyway, so that is that's why I told you, because generally you don't think all these aspects are angles, right? As a student or learner, definitely you cannot even visualize these things. Yeah, he will ask. You see, we can run explain, we can join, we can do union all, we can do everything. Then the next one, can we insert? Yes, we can. Generally, we will say without thinking. But since we are getting data from file, so yes, we cannot insert. We can only read the data what is there in S3 and do whatever you want to do with that. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Obviously, then he may ask, can we update an external file? Answer is
Mm,
no. Can we delete external table?
no.
Answer is no. You see, you can run here delete from. Answer is no. Okay, I never tried delete. Answer is no. But it will show. See here. Delete from. Yeah, operation not supported on external table. Can we drop external table? Can we drop external table?
No.
Hey, right now I have dropped one table and created, right?
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
when it
Yeah.
said
Okay.
the table already existed,
Yes,
I
sir.
dropped it and created, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you drop, it will drop only the DDL, not the data boss. When you drop, it will drop the DDL. Okay, DDL in the data dictionary or data catalog. Understand? When you drop, only DDL is lost. Your file is not lost. Don't worry. Yes or no? I have
Yes, sir.
dropped and created the external file, right? Comma one. Initially I created comma one, right?
Yes, 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 sir.
Yes or no? Somnath.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I will drop it. It will be dropped. It's a run drop command. Yeah, it completed. See, it went from left hand side. See, it went from left hand side. It's not there now.
Yes, sir.
Can you see that,
Yes,
Somnath?
yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So these are the things you have to, think and think all kinds of things and do, boss. But anyway, you are an expert teacher, so you don't have to break your head. You just follow whatever I said. Okay. So these are the things he will ask you to find out whether you're a fake or genuine, or you just learned and came for saying that you worked on it. So don't worry, just go and spend time on this. We'll meet up tomorrow. Any questions?
No, sir.
I'm eating your time every day, like daily, 1.5 hours or something, because we have wasted already a lot of time. I mean, wasted means it was not possible for me also, right? And it's been already late.
No, sir. It's okay.
Yeah. So we are spending 1.5 hour daily. Okay. But just focus on, just listen my classes. You will through the entry, boss. Be thorough with the SQL and listen my videos. That's all. And you should be able to present the way I said. Okay. And it's always good if you, I mean, not if you always good if you read the documentation. Obviously, right? Books are the basis. Read it and practice it. You will be the next gem in IT industry. At least you will be topper in your team. Okay. Okay. After 5 years, you will come to me for architect coaching. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Take care. Okay, brothers. You can take rest or get started your day. Okay. Bye then.
Yes, sir.